All right, so welcome to Judge Fleischer's courtroom. Today you're going to meet Mr. Clark, Ms. Walker, the state's attorney, and they are going to try to intervene in Mr. Clark's life because he has promised to not do drugs and something else popped up on his drug test. So he's getting arrested, but then his mama shows up. And they're like, hey, what the shit? What's going on with his life? And she was like, I mean, his life has been good. But there was this one time the judge is like, wait a minute, I think that's it. So then they go on this fun little mission to try to get him to come out the closet. And that didn't work. So, anyways, tell me what you think in the comments.
Yeah, come up, Mr. Clark. You tested positive for marijuana.
Yes, sir.
You also tested positive for buprenorphine, naloxone. Do you have a prescription for that?
No, sir, I don't even know what that is.
Then
Like ever since I love when you said I do weed, I ain't never did weed. Oh, hush.
you tested positive for another controlled substance.
Judge, he denies taking anything. Can we retest him, please? I know you're on Monday,
Also,
Thursday.
naloxone is Narcan, Your Honor. That might have been administered at the hospital during the system of events.
No. This is something that's not Narcan. It's something that's different. This is something that is a controlled substance that you put under your tongue to prevent withdrawals. It's buprenorphine. It's a very controlled substance that you would get from like a.
May that have been administered in this hospitalization? Because we had.
Then it would have showed up at the last time. When did we test him last?
Last week.
On last Tuesday, right? What showed up on that test? Just marijuana, right? That's it. You're taking something and you're trying to evade from us. What is it?
No, I ain't taking nothing else since. Like stuff under my tongue, no. I ain't never taken nothing, something like that before.
What else are you taking?
Yes, sir.
If you are not honest with me, I'm going to put you in jail right now. That's it. You tested positive for something else.
Are you on any other medication since being released from the hospital?
No, sir, no ma'am, no ma'am.
Last time I was here,
Miss Kavita, I told him that there was absolutely no tolerance, strict compliance. If you tested positive for something else, that I was going to keep you. You've now tested positive for another narcotic.
Test again today.
Judge,
Bro.
if you would be okay with me talking to his mom and getting a list of his prescriptions that he.
Yeah, but I'm
released from
going to
the
keep him. I'm not letting him go. No, I'm not going to let him kill himself. I'm not going to do it. You stay with me. That's it. I'm not going to do it. You almost killed yourself one time. I'm not going to do it again.
No.
I told you. We reach out to mom. We'll roll it to tomorrow. But I told him absolutely strict compliance. I didn't care. And now another controlled substance is in his system. Hey. Yeah. So mom's threatening to sue me now. Clark's.
Are you calling her?
No, Kavita. I'm not gonna call her mom.
Yeah.
I'll call Kavita though. All right, I guess we're done. I can always, I mean, I've got your cell phone.
Yeah, you can
I'll
call
reach
me.
out to you. Are you mom?
Yes. So I'm here to
Um,
documents for his medication list from the hospital, Jamie Uncut.
yeah. I remember.
You say come to see you?
Hmm?
You say come to.
Well, the problem is that let me get the lawyer because I don't want to see you without the lawyer, because so hang out with us. So what it is there are these things, it's a narcotic, right? It's called buprenorphine naloxone. And what it is, it's like typically the way I've seen it, it's a little film. Um, Here, I'll pull up a picture for you just so you can see. This, it's a film. It's a piece of.
Mouthwash piece that we used to have back in the
Right,
day.
right. You know, like they have those
Okay.
things,
Uh-huh.
put it under your tongue and it dissolves. And what it is it's a narcotic that prevents you from going into withdrawal from the loss of a drug. Because as you know, when you take something as hard as like Oxy, it's so incredibly addictive that you can't just stop taking it. Once you start taking this thing, you can't just up and stop taking it because you will then still have the same type of withdrawal as if you were to stop taking Oxy or whatever you're taking. He tested positive for this. For
Is it
this,
legal for me to be able to review the drug screening?
everybody's gone. I don't have a copy of it. Not now. They left because I had no idea that you were going to come here. I was expecting you tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Ms. Walker, I want you to understand that everything I'm doing here is because I like Ms. Walker. I'm not doing anything to be hurtful, spiteful, to hurt him. I'm trying to do the opposite, and I'm trying to prevent him from killing himself.
Right, I understand.
The problem is that when you deal with addicts, it's so hard to believe anything they say because they are the best actors to get what they want. So I want you to understand what I'm doing is not to be an ass. You know, I want to save him before he kills
Yeah,
himself.
and I can't just truly defend myself, even though he's my son, because I'm not with him 24/7. And like I said, he was with his father over the weekend. So whatever he is doing over there, he's not gonna be truthful with me either. And I'm his mom.
Dad's not gonna be honest, or JB,
Both of them.
it's like we're fighting upstream. He seriously OD'd. I mean, he seriously OD'd. Last week, he only tested positive for marijuana. Now he's testing positive for an opiate. The idea, I think that now what we need to do is have him evaluated by our doctors to see where he belongs. Because I think that he truly belongs into an inpatient facility so that he can get treatment. The good news is it won't cost you a dime. And it's an expensive program. I mean, it's a $20,000, $30,000 program.
Yeah, and it's not, like I said, I can't defend a person that I don't even know much, like, to help him out myself, even though I am the mom, but he does not talk to me, even from like his mental issues that he could be dealing with. He's not coming up speaking to me saying, I am dealing with X, Y, and Z. Can you help me out? Because even though I tried to get counselors to come to the house, they was coming into the house and trying to talk to him, and they couldn't get through to him either. So it's kind of like, and that's another thing I was going to ask you, if you had any resources for him to speak to
He's a closed
somebody,
book.
because it's really,
He will not open
him.
up. Something's gonna have to give for him to open up, and I don't know why he's not opening up. Maybe there's a secret there that he doesn't want anyone to know about, and that secret is causing him to kill himself, and we don't know what it is. It could be some kind of abuse. It could be, who knows what it is.
He lived a pretty simple life as me raising him. It's just, only thing that me and his dad, we've been divorced like over 10 years. He's remarried now. So
So how old is he now?
19,
So you guys got divorced when he
like
was
when he's
nine.
like 10, like 10
Has a
years.
tremendous impact on kids.
And then from there, I moved into a home which was never in a home before. It was our first home that he grew up in, was there for 7 years. Put him in more of a private school than a public school because he was causing trouble.
You've seen how, from the time that he was like 9 to now,
There was one time around he was 12 years old, I would say. He was kind of having like sexual identity crisis that he was kind of going through, like want to be gay or,
that could be it.
straight. But after that conversation,
I'm telling you
he started talking to girls.
that, but that could be huge. And, when you have everyone around you that's heterosexual and you have feelings like that, and you don't want to have those feelings, but they're there anyways. It can have a huge effect on someone. He needs to explore that, and he needs to be honest with himself, because until he is, he's going to be like this. And it's in the and it's okay, but he may not know that.
He should know it's okay, because even I changed my sexual. I'm with a girl now, a woman now. So I'd be open. Yeah, I'd be trying to have them conversations. I don't know if
And
I'd be embarrassed by it, or I have no
I
idea.
can, and we can try to talk to him and see. And, we have the hair center that helps as well. The hair center is, they have people that'll talk to him. And you know what I'm going to tell Mr. Clark now? I'm going to say, look, I'm not letting you out until you're honest. And with the reports that we get, I will know if you're honest or not. And that's it. You hold the keys to the jail cell, right?
You gotta learn.
Until you are honest, you will stay with me. Stephen, do you mind bringing out Mr. Clark?
Okay, now I do have one quick question. Are you gonna do this without the state here?
Thank you for about to get ready to teach a valuable lesson, because really in life, you only get one time to make a mistake.
It's,
Time for him to open his eyes that mommy cannot save you on everything. I just can't. And right now, I feel like this is the best decision. So
let
he
him,
needs it.
you can talk to him as well. I'll do everything in my power to try to save him. And, we'll pay for everything too, so you don't have to worry about anything. When you're discovering your sexual identity, it's so hard. It's so hard, and coming to terms with when everybody's one way and you may be another, it just can, especially on a young kid that's 18, 19, it wreaks havoc on your mind. And the anxiety that you get from it, God, so hopefully he can be honest with himself and come to it closer rather than later.
Right.
Hmm?
Right.
So we'll bring him out. We'll try to talk to him and see.
Drug test shows that he tested positive for it. Prior drug test only for marijuana. So
Can you get high from that?
mom is here to control substance. Mom is here.
I don't think technically that you can. Hey, Mr. Clark, I told you when we were first here that, you're lucky to be alive. You've now tested positive for an opiate. I don't know how you got it. I asked you to be honest with me, and you told me you haven't taken anything. But the deeper part of this is that, why? Why take all this? Why are we doing this? Are you escaping something?
No, sir.
Everybody says no. Everybody runs until they hit something, right? Until they hit rock bottom, until they do something catastrophic to where they can't recover from. And we want to find out what that is before that happens, before you do irreversible damage. Mr. Clark, the report that I have here says you nearly killed your kidneys. They gave you a drug to give you cognitive awareness because you had no cognitive awareness. They gave you a drug to wake your brain up because it was all but gone.
I ain't say
How
no
is it
drug.
possible that you test positive for an opiate when you didn't last week? There's only one conclusion that we can reach.
This wasn't on the test last week.
It was not. Last week, we tested them on the 13th. The only thing that tested was marijuana. Now we have marijuana and an opiate. And he just says he's adamant about nothing, but of course.
Because this is the state of Texas that you're talking to, right next to you, Georgia, the judge. I'm just your mom that had you. Under these type of circumstances, this is where you need to speak up and fight for your life. Because I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I can't defend something I don't know. This is the time to be honest. It's not a game. You at the end of the road right now.
You could look, you can be a closed book for only so long. At some point, you're gonna have to break open. You can't live like this. It's gonna be a miserable life. You know, a happy life is one that you're honest, you're open, you talk to people, because that's what you do. You have to have a conversation, you have to speak. That's what love is about. Love is about having open relationships that you talk, you nurture, you speak how you feel, because that's how you feel better in life. You know, we all have shitty days. We all do, right? The only way to get better is to talk about it and to open up. And I'm okay if you don't want it with me. It's fine. I get it. Like, and the reality is that there's so many people here as it is, right? I get it. But I'm gonna send someone to talk to you. And I'm not letting you out until you're honest. Look, I'm not asking you to talk to me right now. You don't have to. But I'm going to have you, I'm sending someone to talk to you, and I want you to be honest with them about everything, because that's the only way we are going to get to know Javion Clark. And until we get to know Javion, it's going to be a miserable ride. Don't be a closed book.